No, this is not clickbait. Yes, I'm serious. Despite everything, 2020 was the best year of my life. Now, I'm not going to pretend it was perfect. Like a lot of you, there are a lot of things that weren't pleasant for obvious reasons, but overall, especially towards the beginning, it was the best year of my life. Literally 4 days into 20. Pepper, stop. Literally 4 days. Pepper, stop it. Literally 4 days into 2020, I moved out and into my own place. That is a pretty big deal. And within that same month of January, I sold my old 95 Chevy Blazer and got a new 2020 Hyundai Tucson. That's definitely quite a change right there, and one I definitely needed and do not regret at all. And on top of that, the job I was working at, which I was already blessed to have anyway, I got a better paying position. Not necessarily through means I wanted, but I got it nonetheless, and I'm still in that position today, and I'm still enjoying it. Now, obviously, certain global events kind of screwed us up a bit, and they're kind of still screwing with us right now, to where I'm not exactly enjoying going to work because of all the work we're doing, but hey, it'll pass, just like it'll always pass. And also in 2020, I got a few friends who were staying in the house with me. Oh, and now that I opened the door, you're gonna run away? Is that how it's gonna work? Are cats really that sundry? Pepper, no, don't go. No, Pepper, stop it. Yeah, Pepper's the the bad girl of the duo. No. Hi, Pepper. Oh, who's that? Who's that? Oh, what's that? What you see there? See there? Oh, nice. Yeah, Pepper here. We got in mid-late September. She was about 2 months old, and now she's almost about 5 or 6. Well, it doesn't feel that long. I feel like we've had her for longer, but I'm so glad she's in my life, even though she can get on my nerves a lot. She can get on my nerves a lot. But I love her regardless. And that's how you know it's love, that I still love her, even though she is probably gonna knock over this tripod. And here we have little Truffles. Got her about 2 months ago, when she was about the same age Pepper was when we got her, so she's about 4 months old right now. Hey, Pepper, no, don't you dare do that. Just because Truffle's getting the attention right now doesn't mean you gotta distract me, okay? No, yeah, Truffles is so, she's so sweet. Yeah, she doesn't like being held though. She doesn't like being held, so I'll send that. Also, something big that happened in 2020 that I was planning on doing for Pepper, stop. That I was planning to do for a while is revisit some old games that I liked. Specifically, as you can probably tell by the poster, Professor Layton and Phoenix Wright. 2 games I wanted to replay this year, and I got the idea to review them. I still need to do that, don't I? Don't worry. I'll get into 2020. I'll get into 2021 later, but just something to keep in the back of your mind. But going back into replaying the games list, throughout the entire year, I've just been involved in both communities, and it's been a pretty pleasant time, I must admit. Made some new friends, talked to new people, got better understanding of these games, and just honestly just catching up on the series, because there are games I hadn't played until then. That was pretty more or less what sparked the whole thing. So yeah, just it was a fun time to get back into 2 games that I hold near and dear to my heart. But overall, in terms of positive things, I would say the biggest of all. Pepper, stop. No, stop. Okay, stop. You're gonna. Okay, no, that's not taking you out. Sorry, but I swear you're gonna knock this thing. Come on, I'm trying to be serious. But overall, the best thing about 2020 is just, I feel like I've just matured and grown overall. I'm not fully mature. Obviously, you gotta have some immaturity left in you, just otherwise life's gonna get boring. But it's just, again, just moving out into my new place, just paying for my own stuff. It's just, it puts you in a different mind space, and it just, I don't know, that's why I say 2020 is the best year of my life, because it's just the year I've grown the most. And I mean, it's not necessarily evident here, but personally speaking, and I've had people point it out too in my own personal life, that it's despite everything, it's been a great year for me. Not perfect. Again, we're not reiterating that. Not perfect. There's definitely things that have gone wrong this year. I think we can all agree, but it's just, I guess it's also just stems from the fact that I am just naturally an optimistic person. I mean, yeah, everyone's going on about 2020 is bad, 2020 is the worst, 2020, yada, 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 yada. But I guess the mindset I have is if all you're doing is focusing on the bad stuff, then of course it's going to seem like the worst thing ever. But really stop and think about it. Surely there has to be something that happened in your life this year that you can say was good, that was great, that possibly something very, very just life-changing for the better. Surely there's something like that had to have happened in the 366 days we had. Now, obviously, I'm not gonna discount the fact that maybe there is a chance that that didn't happen. Maybe there is a chance that nothing good happened this year, or just everything just fell flat. You know, maybe you lost your job, you lost your house, you lost a loved one. It's just, I acknowledge that this is all happening, and if that did happen to you, I truly am sorry, and I truly do sympathize with you. I know you're probably tired of hearing it at this point, but at the end of the day, we are all in this together. We all made it through this crazy year. And not everybody did, unfortunately, but those of us right now, we made it. And we should be proud of ourselves for that. If nothing else, that should be the best part of this year, is that all the craziness, all the insanity, when the clock strikes midnight, we can put that all behind us. So, where does that leave us for 2021? Well, the fact that this has been a really good year for me, I mean, there are things that I admittedly could have done better, and I want to improve on that in 2021. Biggest thing I noticed that I was lacking in was just pushing myself, at least in the right things, you know? Like, there are just so many things I wanted to do this year creatively, whether it be videos or visual novels or something, just things I wanted to do. I just wasn't pushing myself enough to do it, despite my love for it. It's an issue I've always had. Just you can talk to my parents about that one. Please don't actually do that. I don't need them. Whatever. So my biggest resolution in 2021 is to push myself to do the things I want to do, to create the things I want to create. In terms of videos, you may recall that I was set up a part 0 of a review series where I review all the Professor Layton games and all the Ace Attorney games, calling the series Puzzling Objections. And the original plan was to get all 13 episodes out this year, and that didn't happen. But that's my resolution. That's my goal for 2021, is to get all 13 episodes out. It's not impossible. So, but knowing me, I'll find a way to screw that up. But that's one of my goals, is to get all 13 episodes of Puzzling Objections out by 2022. That's one goal. Another goal I have on the visual novel side of things, because if you don't know, I do make visual novels. So one of my goals is to obviously put more work into my main visual novel, Berry Street, one that I've kind of not been working that much on, to be honest, like relatively speaking, and not as much as I did in the first year of its development. And I told myself I was gonna finish that thing. I'm gonna finish this thing. I do plan to finish it. I have all the plans, well, not all of them. I guess that could be part of the problem, but I have a lot of plans for at least part of what I want to do, so stuff I could work on, and I want to get to work on that. I guess my goal is to get at least one route in Berry Street, at least written, not maybe completely finished, but written in 2021. If I can get it all done, excellent, but I want it at least written. That's one goal. Another goal I have is, I know it's dangerous to work on multiple things simultaneously, but a sequel to Red War, a visual novel series I made. I want to get as far as I can on that this year. Maybe I can get the entire thing done in 1 year. Depends on what's all being planned. I'm still working on the story tree aspect of it, but there's a chance it could all be done in 2021. Maybe not, but I want to get as much work on that done as possible, because Red War is a series that I don't hold it as dear as Berry Street, because Berry Street is just a bit more personal in nature, but Red War is definitely a series I'm excited about, and I want the next entry out as soon as possible. Not rushing it to where it's where it's bad and buggy and all that junk, but you know what I mean. I want this story and this series to be out as soon as possible. Oh, excuse me. And honestly, who knows? Who knows what else I could do this year? Inspiration could come at any time from anywhere, so who knows? I just want to push myself to actually do the things I want to do this year. Like, sure, sometimes things get in the way. You know, I do have a full-time job with a pretty obscure schedule, so I gotta take that into account. And again, work is not exactly good right now because they're pushing us with all this overtime because we're a little bit behind because of some worldwide events that screwed us all up. But you know, hopefully sooner rather than later, things will go back to normal there, and I can properly plan schedules to do the projects I've been working on. So yeah, maybe I'm overworking myself. It's possible, but that's something I really want to do. And I do have some things in mind for future projects that aren't related to the things I was just talking about. Some original projects that I'm not going to work on this year. I feel like I'm working on enough already, but there are some projects that I've been planning and conceptualizing for a while, and sometime this year, preferably early in the year, I want to share them and just get some general feedback of what they may sound like. I mean, hey, who knows? NaNoRenO, the month-long game jam is coming up in March, as it always does, so maybe one of the projects could be for that if I plan it well enough. Who knows? Maybe I'll find out about it then. So, overall, 2020, not a good year for everybody, but for me, best year of my life. A lot of good things that I'm probably not even thinking off the top of my head happened, or some things I just don't want to share because, you know, I have a personal life and all, but it's been a year. Hasn't been the best year for everyone. Again, acknowledging that, hasn't even been the best year for a lot of people. In fact, I'm probably the only person who would call it the best year ever, but I guess that's the thing, when you're just focusing on the negatives, you're just gonna see the negatives, but when you step back and acknowledge all the positive things that happened, your perspective just might change. So, 2020 may be the best year of my life, so the best I can do is hope that 2021 will be even better. And I hope you wish for the same thing. Love y'all, Happy New Year, and we'll see what 2021 brings.